Hi everybody, it's me, Flavio Miguel, and in this video I'll be reviewing and demonstrating the eyeshadow palette Mothership Celestial Odyssey by Pat McGrath Labs. What I'll be exactly doing is I'll be showing the product, we're going to be discussing all the different finishes, I'm going to be doing some swatches to see exactly how is the payoff of those eyeshadows, and by the end of this video you're going to have the opportunity to see my own makeup demo on myself, so keep it up. So what it is, it was an eyeshadow palette launched last year by Pat McGrath Labs to celebrate the Christmas collection, and there it is. When I ordered, that's how it came. Of course I did open before. When you open you can see Pat McGrath Labs on the lid of the box, which is really nice. It comes quite well wrapped, as you can see. Well, outside the package it comes like this. This is a bubble wrap envelope, of course, to offer even more protection. That's how it looks like, out of separate plastic. Okay, so you can see the logo, description. That's the lid. The lid comes actually in here and not there. Makes sense, makes easier to open, of course. Alright, the retail price of this one, I think it was about $75. I paid $63 with shipping to the Netherlands, and I did buy it during Black Friday, so I would have a little bit more discount while purchasing this product. Okay, let's take it out. As you can see, the external housing, it's made by paper, just like a regular eyeshadow palette. Oh, it has a very strong magnet, as you could see already, but inside it has this plastic container, which I think again gives this luxurious appearance to the product in itself. I still think it feels quite comfortable on my hands. When you go on the website, the description says that you have structure builders, those, and this one. The highlights, which are this one, and this one. Then I'm gonna find it here, the dimensional accents, those, and those. And then you have the bold and bejeweled, those and those, which I did not expect to be. I thought this one would be one of the bold and bejewels. So we're gonna be doing some swatches right now. Let me just prepare my arm. So I'm going to start from left to right, up row, middle row, and the last row, alright? Just to make it easy for you to understand where we're going here. Okay, so I'm going to be doing just with my hands. There's no primer whatsoever over here. These are the eyeshadows of the first upper row, from this side to that side, as you can see it. Alright, I'm not going to remove them, I'm going to keep them, and I'm going to go further on the next row, okay? The middle row now. The last 6 colors are the middle row. I think they are still performing quite well for swatches, of course. Let's not forget. Alright, let's go to the last row. Oh my god, how am I going to do this? Yeah. These are the last colors of the lowest row of eyeshadows. I must say, they are quite nice when it comes to payoff. Maybe that one, I think, was the shyest of all the colors, alright? It's very powdery, which is expected, but though very pigmented, as we can see. There's not a lot of fallouts on the eyeshadow palette in itself from the moment that I'm trying to do the swatches, alright? Alright, as I said before, I'm not gonna use any kind of eye pencil to create the bone structure of the makeup look. I'm relying only on the payoff of the eyeshadows. I will though use a eyeshadow base. It's a paint pot by MAC Cosmetics in the color Soft Ochre. Alright, and that's going to be it. So as you can see, I went with the paint pot on the upper eyelid, and I slightly a little bit on the lower eyelid and also outer corners. second eyeshadow that I'm adding is Solar Flare. And so far, I think they're reacting quite nicely. There's almost no fallouts in the lower lash line, so let's keep it on. So the third eyeshadow that I'm gonna use, it's called Nocturne, all right? I'm gonna go on the lower lash line, outer corner, and just a little bit on the socket of my eye, just create a little bit of depth. All right, my first impression here is that this is very high pigmented. It's a lot of payoff with a very tiny bit that I just sampled on my brush, and it's very powerful, really nice. I'm loving it. So far, I'm loving it. So far the eyeshadows, they're blending quite nicely. There's no patch stains on it. I'm really building it slowly, this look, using very tiny bit amount of eyeshadows, just so I can have a really good sense of how the eyeshadows are reacting on my eye, and so far I'm loving it. I'm gonna go back with this Sam Rose Amber, this one, and I'm gonna add a little bit on the inner corner just to make it a little bit more dramatic. Alright, so far I only used 3 eyeshadows: Sam Rose Amber, Solar Flare, and Nocturne. Still way to go. Right now I'm gonna go again with the Nocturne, which is the darkest color of the whole eyeshadow palette in the matte finish, which is this one, just for you to know what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna be using a brush with a more narrow profile, and what I'm gonna try to do is create this the illusion that I'm connecting this with this part, all right? So let's do it. Okay, I'm about to add the 4th eyeshadow color. It's going to be this one, which is called Gold Galaxy, all right? I'll be using a smaller brush because I'm going to try to be quite precise, and we'll try to apply right over here, just create some kind of extra highlight. So right there. This reminds me an eyeshadow of another eyeshadow palette that I have. Though this finish seems to be slightly more luster kind of. I want to add another eyeshadow, which is going to be this one. Corrupt Copper, right? Corrupt Copper. So right now what I'm feeling is that I have a lot of shimmer and a lot of reflecting eyeshadows over here. I kind of lost a little bit of the matte definition that I created in the socket of my eyes and in the crease. However, I'm gonna beauty it back, adding a little bit more of the eyeshadow. Alright, that's going to be Sunrose Amber and Nocturne. Yes. Alright, let's just go through that moment right now. I do think it's getting patchy a little bit over here. I did add Nocturne with a pencil brush, and it does it is kind of patchy. Alright? Though I went with the paint pot over there, but might be the area where I stopped using the paint pot, but I don't know. Can we fix it? Yes, we can fix it, but it is a situation that I would rather not be going through. This side is quite nice and smooth, but this one, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna start now create a little bit more dimension because I still think it's quite becoming quite muddy, and I'm gonna add another eyeshadow, Citrine Envy. Okay, this one I'm gonna go very much in the inner corner of my eyes. I will use a small eyeliner brush to apply this, and I'm gonna make it slightly wet. That's pretty. That's really pretty. And I do think the texture of this eyeshadow reacts better when it has a little bit of a moist added to the brush, because it does adhere very nicely on the eyelid. So this bit I like it. No, I'm liking actually quite everything, so I just didn't like this patchy thing that's happening here on the side, okay? But that's me. I am going to add GALAXI Glow, and also with the same technique, adding a little bit of water into my brush, and I'm gonna go on the top of that one, right here. I'm very curious to see how this color eyeshadow is going to react. It's called Noir Moon. Noir Moon. I start to see some kind of fallouts over here. Nothing too major. Let's go on. Now I'm gonna be using this eyeshadow over here, Lotus Love, this one, and I'll be applying on the in the middle of my eyelid using my fingers this time, just to see how does it work with my finger over there. I think I need some warm tones. Oh, it's okay. It does give a little bit more dimension, but still I think it's a little bit too much shiny everywhere, and I do miss some kind of highlighter in the skin tones. something that I could play, for example, right underneath my eyebrows, maybe in a corner, I don't know. How do you guys like so far? So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up a little bit of the fallouts right here that you can see already. I will go with a black Ico in the waterline, the upper and lower waterline. I will see if I'm eventually gonna add an eyeline. I will try not to. And mascara and some false lashes, just to see how this looks gonna look totally completed, alright? Just give me a second. Alright, so far I did swap with the brush right below my eyes. Actually, it's not as much fallout that I thought the first time, so that's a plus. Alright, so far what I've done is I went with the black in the waterline. I also did correct my foundation over here. You can actually see that it's looking much nicer and cleaner, of course. And I did went a little bit higher in my eyebrow with the inner corner, right? I do think I somehow miss a little bit of a black, pitch black just around the lash line, but that's maybe just my personal choice, my personal way to do my own makeup. I'm gonna go now with some mascara and eventually some false lashes. I hope you guys enjoy it, right? Alright, so these are my lashes only with mascara. Now you're gonna see with false lashes. And this is how I look like with false lashes. Fianca's Lashes, Sophia by Fianca's Lashes. Alright, so I did my lips. We're about just to add some highlighter. I decided actually to try to go with one of the eyeshadows on the palette itself to use as a highlighter. So what I'm gonna do, I'll be wearing this one, which is called Galactic Glow, okay? I'm using with a round buffer brush. Ooh. Alright, okay. Alright, I'm feeling her. Are we going there? Yes, it's quite nice. All the way to the temples. Well, this time there was kind of a lot of fallouts, as you can see. But I mean, it's just powder. Let's go highlight the other areas of my face. Could call my fairy ears or my elf's ears. So that's pretty much it. Alright, so that's it. Let's just fix it up. How do you guys like it? Is it approved? My final thoughts about the eyeshadow palette MTHRSHP Celestial Odyssey by Pat McGrath Labs. I think it's a really nice product. I do miss some matte eyeshadows in skin tones just to give more dimension. At a certain moment I did feel that it started getting a little bit muddy and losing a lot of definition, but this is my personal opinion about it. Of course, there's a lot of people that are gonna like it. I do presume that Pat McGrath is assuming people would have those eyeshadows at home to add to create this desired look. In my opinion, I still miss some more matte shades, especially in skin tones, but nothing that I would not have in my own stash, right? I hope you guys enjoy it and see you next time. Bye bye.